morning, it's Randytbird out here in Arizona on a beautiful December morning, December 3rd. Final month of this 2023. Awesome. Beautiful morning. We had a little rain earlier in the week and cleared out the air. You can see forever. It's beautiful. So I finished my first week back at the new job, getting used to being back in a routine again. Shouldn't be a problem. So far, so good. Of course, you never really get a whole lot done your first month or your first week, but working on that, and we'll get there. It's not outside of my experience and ability, so it's going to be good. So anyway, nice people there, and everybody very helpful, very personable, so it's good. So just out here on a Sunday morning, out for a ride and just enjoying the cool weather out here. It's probably in the 50s right now. It's supposed to be 67 this afternoon. That's about right for this time of the year. High 60s to 70, 71 or so in December, and sometimes we get some rain. Again, we've already had some rain right at the end of November, and so anytime now, there's a possibility of some rain all month and all through January and February, really, so it'll be all right. Anyway, I was thinking yesterday, I've been watching a lot of videos and thinking about the state of the motorcycle industry, and I know the Harley-Davidson shop that I worked at is still pretty slow. I was watching some video about Indian having some troubles, Harley having some troubles. Sales are down throughout, and it's not just Harley and Indian. There's everybody's feeling it, but what I'm not understanding is, I mean, right now is probably, now a lot of people will think of the golden age of motorcycling as the 70s or 80s or 90s, depending on when you came up, and even the 60s for some of those folks. But right now, the innovation that's out there is just nothing short of amazing. I mean, you have the electronic ride modes, and it's all coming down. Even the Harleys are getting that now, and it just allows you to modify your power delivery, and just some of the things that are coming up. I read an article yesterday about Kawasaki's new hybrid product, where if you read the news, you see electric vehicles are just not selling very well, electric motorcycles in particular. I think they sold 2 Livewire Harleys the time I was there, and their sales have been in like the hundreds, so that they're quite expensive all around. There's still the range issue, but this Kawasaki that I was reading about is a true hybrid. It's both battery and motor technology. It sounds like a motorcycle, feels like a motorcycle, and it allows the electric motor to kick in when needed. And also, you don't have to worry about range or any of that. You've got the gasoline motor. They're saying the fuel economy is better. Not that most of us worry too much about fuel economy on motorcycles, but you know, it's always an issue. I mean, prices have gone down again here. I know here where you can get it in the low $3 a gallon for regular here in Arizona now. In the Phoenix area, it's even cheaper out of town, which I still don't understand, but it is. And no, but it's been decent. But just if you look outside the Harley-Davidson or Indian world, and you look at the innovation that's out there, Triumph, Royal Enfield is building some really nice motorcycles these days. I got to look at the new Meteor 650, which is their new cruiser for the American and European, and I guess the domestic Indian market as well. But it's really put together well. I mean, that 650 motor twin that they developed has been a really good motor for them. Their fit and finish is really improved dramatically, and if you get a chance to stop by somewhere where they sell Royal Enfields and check it out, you'll be pleasantly surprised at how nicely they're put together. And they're just they're getting great reviews. This Meteor is a cruiser. It has a lower seat, and it has, well, generally cruiser styling, and has that 650 motor on it, and it's just a really nice motorcycle. It just and it's under $7,000, and I mean, I don't know where you could get a decent motorcycle these days, even a used one for under $7,000, much less some with a 2-year warranty. And reliability has improved greatly with the Royal Enfields. Is probably as good as anything else out there, you know. And if you have an issue with buying something made in India, I get it, but you know, being in a global world, and you can have your opinions about that, as I do, it's not something we can avoid anymore. It's just it is what it is, you know. It's some Triumphs, the Bonnevilles and other ones, are made in Thailand in a Triumph plant, although they're manufactured, I guess most of the parts are manufactured in England. I could be wrong on that, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm okay with that. But the quality is there. It's beautiful. You know, I have that Bonneville T100 2014 model. It was probably built in Thailand as well, but it's just put together really well, as all Triumphs are. And all of the engineering happens in England, and there's just been kind of a rebirth with brands. BSA is selling is reborn, and they're selling a Gold Star model. It's a 650 single, and you know, if they survive, that looks like a pretty good thing. I've watched some videos on that. I don't think they're selling them in the US, but I follow some vlogs from guys in England, like Stuart Fillingham, and there's another gentleman over there that I like to see, Mr. Darcy and the Old Man is another vlog you should check out. He rides all kinds of things, from Harleys to, you name it, Japanese bikes to whatever. He's got an interesting viewpoint on things. And also another gentleman called the Missident Flyer, who puts out really regular vlogs, and has a monthly like a catch up on the motorcycle industry. So it's a good thing to have to pay attention to. Gives you a European perspective on the motorcycles that are out there right now. But Ducati, BMW, Moto Guzzi is another one that's just really stepped up here recently. And just, there's so much out there. And of course, BMW has always made great products, pricey. But again, back to sales. Sales have been lagging a little bit, but but I think it's, when you get into Harley-Davidsons, Indians, BMWs, and some of the other products, Ducatis, they're all quite expensive. Okay? And I think people right now are being very judicious about how they spend their money. I mean, the customers are still out there, but they're holding on to their bikes a little bit longer. They're trying to get their, you know, payoffs down and whatever. So, you know, it all makes, you know, good fiscal sense for individuals. But, you know, motorcycles are an emotional purchase, and I tell you what, when you get people into the Harley shop, the most disappointed people I've ever seen in my life are people that don't qualify for the loan. It's almost heartbreaking, because these people want this bike in the worst way, and some of them just can't carry it. I mean, when you've got payments in $500 to $700 and even $800 range, that's a big purchase. And people with young families and things like that, or people on fixed incomes, are having a hard time with that. And again, that's not just Harley, that's Indian, BMW, and Ducati and all that. It's really even though the economy seems to be improving some, it's still up there. You know, the way inflation rate, you know, it may not be going up as much, but it's still up to the level that it was inflated to. So yeah, it's still that way. So I'm not going to get into an economics lesson here, because frankly I am not knowledgeable enough about it. I just know what I read, and you've got to really take all of that with a grain of salt, you know, because Yeah, the fact that it's on the internet does not indeed make it true. I mean, if you've ever followed any how-to videos on the internet, you've yeah, on YouTube, you find out that that is definitely not always the case. But do your research, look at 2 or 3 different people's versions of how to do these things. But you know, God bless the internet for making all that available. You used to just read, try to read articles or dig up articles on the fly, or just find somebody that knows how to do all those things. So anyway, get an awesome day. The views are awesome as always. I just realized I made that last stretch at 80 miles an hour the whole way. I must have a bit of a tailwind because it didn't feel like I was going that fast. But definitely it is. You know, I'm on the Heritage and it is smooth and fast and relatively quiet. You don't feel like you're screaming the motor to do anything. So that was wild. And it's out here in Arizona, you can do that. So try to keep the wind noise down, but you know, at 80 miles an hour, some might get through. So anyway, just an awesome day out here, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and that you're doing well, and looking forward to Christmas, or you know, whatever happens in your world. I see you folks up north have had a fair amount of snow, and the weather's getting cold back east. Well, we're just getting into the good stuff out here. So anyway, we're kind of wimpy. If it's below 70, we get cold. So that is what it is. There's a guy on, look like a SV650 Suzuki. Those are good bikes. Anyway, anything with 2 wheels makes me happy, so I can do just with that. And I do love my Harley Davidsons, but you know, if I had to, I could ride something else and be just perfectly happy, you know, because it's 2 wheels and all of that, and I don't have to explain to the converted how great that is. Well, I'm hitting my gas stop here, so I'm going to cut this video off. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I sure appreciate it. We're doing just fine here, and I really love seeing new viewers. If you know, leave me a comment, you know, say hi, throw a like in there, and tell your friends. If you like what we're seeing out here, you know, tell your friends and have them check out my video. I sure appreciate it. This is Randytbird out here in Arizona, and we'll talk to you later.